Bonsai. Good morning, grinders. C3, cobras, Miyagi-Dos, eagle fangs. I'm back. So, real quick, we're going to go over the story. I got called Monday to go in and help get a dog. Part of my job is to get critters from places they're not supposed to be. And there was a little dog that was in an area that's a big, big no-no. No excuses, cannot be in there. And we didn't want to have to take extreme measures to get rid of the dog. We had to catch it. Now this dog was not a stray. It had a collar on. It was friendly in that it never growled, it never barked, and it would not run far away from us. It kept staying really close, just out of arm's length. And long story short, we found that we could not approach it with any sort of equipment or gloves on our hands. It would not let us get close. But if I tried to approach it calmly, slowly, without gloves or any type of equipment, it would let me get up to it, and it would let me pet it. So I did this, and I tried to put the dog at ease as best I could. I was able to grab it by the back of the neck, and it still didn't react. But then when I started pulling it towards me out from under the thing it was under and sit up, it went into attack mode. Chewed off the tip of my finger, this one here. I'm down to just wearing a band-aid, and it got me on the forearm here and under the arm here pretty bad. It doesn't look bad now at all because it's been a week and it's healed pretty good. But because of that, I felt like I needed to take Wednesday and Friday off, and I didn't do any weightlifting. But I feel like I'm back now. I don't know how well I'm going to do in the weight room, but I have definitely missed this. Maybe not getting up this early, but I definitely missed working out. So, that's the story on why I missed a couple workouts. We're going to get right into today's devotional. It is a potential and antidote for worry. This comes from Philippians 4:6-7. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. Okay, I like this passage. A lot easier said than done. Worry is something we all do all the time about lots of stuff. I can tell you a little bit in my own case. Last week, I've been a little worried that, I'm going to face some repercussions because of my actions with said dog. I am convinced it was the only course of action we had. But technically, I was not wearing proper protective equipment, and that's what caused the injuries. So it may come to a point where I still get written up, but I've come to peace with that. Whatever happens, happens. But that's a minor thing. We all have worries every day on a lot bigger things. If you're older, you probably got kids. You worry about them. You worry about the grandkids. Maybe you worry about the state this country is in. But worrying does nothing except give you ulcers. You can't change it by just worrying about it. But what you can do is pray about it. And when you pray about it, you do find peace. Because you realize that ultimately everything's in God's hands. And it's going to work out the way He planned it. Which I know sounds almost like a cop-out. Then we don't have to concern ourselves with anything. That's not really the case. Doesn't mean you go around willy-nilly, but you can't just worry about things, because you're not going to make them better. So pray about them instead, and you will find peace. I believe that. And that's my devotional and my story for today. So I'm going to finish here on the treadmill, and we will see you over in the bat cave and see if I can still lift those weights. Bonsai. Bonsai. Welcome back, Grinders, C3, Cobras, Miyagi-Dos, Eagle Fangs, any and everybody else who might be out there watching and listening. Spending time with a friend. Alright, we are up to just the second set. I wanted to go with one of my shorter workouts that I thought wasn't as arm focused. And I want to make sure I got something recorded and put up because I missed 2 days last week. Even with this second set, and I lowered the weights a little bit, you don't want to go into it just pushing right where you were when you let off. You got to work back up to it. But the finger is already feeling it a little bit. It's a thumping, you know, and that's the blood coursing through it. I know it is. Because like I said, the tip of the finger's gone. So it, you know, it crushed it over, and I think it's trying to form more skin. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So anyway, that's where we're at. This is the second set. I'm going to go ahead and knock it out, and I'll talk a little more in a voiceover. So that's all I got for now. Bonsai. We'll see you on the other side. Woo! And away we go. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better this morning. I gotta tell you, I really missed this. My body didn't hate sleeping in, but I did miss getting up and working out because it puts me in such a better frame of mind. You know, the blood and the oxygen is just flowing through your body, and you just feel pumped and up and ready all day long. Oh, I missed it. But, you know, things happen. Life happens. Physics happens. Things go, and you gotta adapt, you know. There's that old Clint Eastwood movie where he always telling his guys, you know, you gotta improvise, adapt, overcome. And that's true. You gotta do that all the time. Because stuff gets thrown at you, stuff gets taken away, and you got to deal with it. And I really believe that, you know, life is 90% attitude and 10% what happens to you. Because we all have stuff that happens to us all the time, good, bad, indifferent. And how you get through it, in a lot of times, depends on your attitude. The better your attitude, the better it's going to go. So, you know, when you get the crap sandwich, you gotta find a way to make the best of it. With any luck, you can sell that to somebody else and make a little money. So, you know, just a way of looking at things. So this was the old, I think this was Eagle Fang 2, which is a shorter workout. I don't think it hits the arms quite as much. I mainly felt it around the bicep curls, which is weird. You know, why does the end of my finger feel the bicep curls? But it is what it is. I knew that, you know, there was a potential for at least a little discomfort. Neither one of my arms felt bad, though. You know, the punctures there are not as bad, not as deep. You know, she did definitely rip some skin off and break the skin, but I don't think she got all that deep. But I wanted to give that some time to heal before I, you know, pushed it. So this was a good workout to come back on. It did what I needed to, and I'm telling you, I'm feeling great today. And, you know, I was getting a little depressed on this. Well, depressed isn't the right word, but I was despondent. Because, you know, I've been doing these videos for quite a while now. And there's a few people who have subscribed on YouTube, but I don't think there's anybody who regularly watches, really. And, you know, I agreed to do something like this for the church. And there ain't nobody from the church watching. In all this time, I have had one person from the church join the Facebook group, and they're not watching, you know, because it tells me who watches and who doesn't. It doesn't say how long, but anybody who, like, starts the video, I believe, it tells me. And so I know no one from the church is. And the church is probably the wrong group for this, you know. For the most part, it's an older crowd that just isn't interested in doing this kind of thing. And the younger people, they got their own things going on. They got their own gyms. They probably don't need to watch some old guy in his home gym doing this. So, but a lot of my feelings on this is just to try and help get people moving to show that it doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in, where you're starting from, you can do this. And just to have a little positive news. A couple of weeks ago, politics is such a big part of our lives. I really sometimes want to put my 2 cents in. But that's just adding to the noise. It really is. Because, we all know what we think and how we feel about whatever's going on. And there's no shortage of talking heads telling us what the right thing to think is. And half of us at any given time are not going to agree with that. And just adding my voice to that is not going to be productive. So that's why I read the devotional and try and do something positive. Because, we're not all going to agree on the same things all the time. But I thought it would be nice to have some positive thoughts. And that's what I'm going to try and maintain. And I've come to realize that the church crowd is probably not really my people for this kind of stuff. I think there's another group out there that could probably benefit from what I have to say. And I think I'm going to start targeting them. I'm not sure how just yet, but I will. Anyway, I talked too long. But I meant that because, like I said, you don't go full bore after being off for a few days. You gotta build back up, even after just a few days off. So, but I feel like I'm getting a good pump on. I've got one more set to go, but that's all I'm recording today. So, bonsai, have a great day. We'll see you back here at least on Wednesday. Bonsai.